Next up on our Bundesliga preview is Koln or Cologne. I learned today that FC Cologne is the same as this Koln. That's not an O. It's an umlaut. Is that what you call it? I don't know. Anyways, moving on. This club is doing really well, sitting in eighth. They actually just avoided relegation last year in the relegation playoffs. So we're seeing them kind of rising up, which is exciting to see, and definitely the type of club you want to invest in. So let's dive right into it. We look at the players here. There's a decent amount of potential over here, but what we're seeing because of how well they're playing, that actually their SofaScore form is probably most impressive. Number of players in that kind of sevens. Look at these 7.59, 7.53, things like that. So really interesting to see there, and we'll see that in a couple of players that I've highlighted. Not a valuable club in terms of a lot of transfer market value. So that's to be expected from a club that has been kind of fighting relegation for some time. So it'll take a while for maybe these to start to come up. But what's interesting is if they keep performing well, we will start to see this, by mid-year and stuff, these start to move upwards, which is always nice to invest in. So let's have a look at a couple players here. So doing this kind of split screen here. We'll see how this goes. So first player I want to look at is Jonas Hector. So it's rare that I look at kind of older players. I tend to skew towards some of the younger up-and-comers, rising stars kind of stuff. But I have to remind myself that there are players that are in this age group that performs really, really well and can be had for a pretty decent price. It's arguable whether this is a good price for him or not, but I'd say it is in the rare category. I think that's kind of reasonable. But especially when you look at these numbers, I mean, basically into the dark greens fairly consistently. I mean, look at just like, let's move my head here. Just like the last 10 games. I mean, look at that. You'd love to have that in your lineup. So he could be somebody to go after, and especially because players that are kind of vets and stuff aren't always the most attractive or enticing of players for people. So, as these cards start to come onto the auction, as you see, there's only 2 of them right now. So as more and more start to come out, you might see these prices really start to dip. This is obviously reflective of card number 1 and card number 2. So maybe around, 0.13, 0.125, things like that. That's a reasonable price to pay for performance like this. So I quite like this one. Skiri, I keep wanting to say Shaqiri, but that's not it. Skiri, we'll go with L. Yes. Also somebody who's performing at a pretty high level. We do have a bit of an injury here, so he's out till mid-November. So you might find a little bit of an opportunity to get a nice price here. And again, just 2 cards. So his cards will start to come out into the market, and it won't be this expensive. Same as here on the limited side. But again, we look at these numbers and like 192 and just all over, we see some really great numbers. Definitely somebody that I'm going to look at. Only 26 years old, so entering his prime as well. If we look over here, he's easily the most valuable from a transfer market point of view and has gone up 30%. So a big target for me, and I think you as well. And then just some young guys. So Jan Thielmann is where did he's here somewhere. And he represents, he's getting some playing time. So he's a sub for them. And you're not really going to get a whole lot of value necessarily, but in terms of starting him and whatnot, but this is kind of more of that like longer term investment. So again, here he is. Was 4.4. He's up to 6.05 as a 19-year-old. That's pretty nice. His potential is up to 82. And can be had for under, 0.061. These kinds of numbers are quite nice. And again, only 2 cards out. So as more come out, that'll drop, and you could probably get a really nice youngster for, 0.05 or under. So at the rare level. And then the last one for me is this Tim Lamperle. So I forgot to mention just these couple notes that I had. Just again, back to Skiri, 40 cast for Tunisia. West Ham are apparently really interested in him. So But in terms of Lamperle, so he's a reserve, so he's not playing. Again, somebody you want to hold on to. He's only 19, but he did have a bit of a jump here, 233%. So from 330 grand up to 1.1. So that's nice as well. Again, if you have the money to spend and sit on someone for some time, you're looking for those types of players. This guy will be pretty affordable for some time here. So there you have it. There's Koln, and we'll move on to the next one. Links below, 2 big ones. If you want to check out the spreadsheet, it's below, and then the other one is my affiliate link. So if all you do is click on that and go over to your Sorare, I got a little bit of coin from the Sorare people, which keeps me doing this. So we'll keep going. Talk soon. Bye bye.